Hello gamers! It's WARNO time, I guess. I haven't played it in quite a while, I'll be honest. This might actually be not the best time to play it. I think there's like a big overhaul coming to like CVs and infantry roles, traits, whatever you want to call it. Infantry training, I don't know. But it is the 1 year anniversary. I thought, why not do it on a live stream? Because every now and then questions come up all the time. Oh, why don't you play WARNO? Or what do you think of WARNO? Or blah blah blah. I keep saying see, and another like, doesn't he hate this game? I don't hate this game. Why do you think I hate this game? I'll keep saying that during the stream, but to me personally, it doesn't really offer much over Red Dragon, while Red Dragon offers a lot over this. But it doesn't mean I hate this game. Anyway, my decks are gone because I haven't. I had like 2 decks that didn't get deleted, but I presume because they were so invalid, the codes that is, that you know, you can just remove them. I don't know what I'm gonna play. I used to really like the second Pentagram, so let's start with this one because I'm at least somewhat familiar with this deck. What's your armor? 2, 2. Why is this 10 points more? It is a good bit faster, admittedly. But 10 points is also not a whole lot in this game. This has a good bit more road speed, so I'll take one of you. Both 10 cards, both with 500. 10 per card, both with 500. It's 5,000 per card, and this is also 5,000 per card. This is more per point, but not but it's per card the same. I think I'll stay with these guys. The 10 HP is quite nice, and honestly, I don't remember how big explosions were. How much do you? There's 2,000. Not a lot. I don't remember how impactful explosion of supplies really was or were. Infantry got lots of infantry slots. We got MG guys. We got ATGM teams. I think ATGM teams can go into buildings again, or maybe they have planned it. I don't remember. I still don't understand why this is only 5 points more. Admittedly, I think the last patch has been a while, so some of these things like 5 points for forward deployment, it's kind of like a no-brainer. Things like this might very much get changed in the next patch. Who knows? But if you're an active WARNO player, you're probably gonna like face palming throughout this. Jäger used to be pretty good. Do you not get Fallschirm? There they are, Fallschirmjäger in a truck. Nice. Panzerfaust 3 still has 20 RPM. Okay. It really doesn't deserve it, but that's a different story. That's a Regulus rifle, yes. Milan 1 is pretty cheap, but you still pay 20 points for the Iltis, which you can sell, of course. But probably just better off getting the forward deployment Iltis too. Junior Armbrust. Satchels. Satchels are changing all the time, I think. I don't even know if they're good currently. So what's the difference? This is forward deployment for 5 points. Now this is a different story. 5 points on these guys. Different story. Oh, you even got Milans with Martyrs with these guys. That's interesting. It's interesting. Pantsuin 6 men, 9 men, 5 men. But you only get the M113. You get the whole Marder line. 5 points more, you get one more guy and a Carl Gustav, which can one-shot 2 armor, so I think I'm gonna go with you guys. What's the difference here? Well, I want to test something. So you see how this defaults to the Unimog? Select the Marder and then add, and add again. It still does it. It still does it. I hated this. It's in there from the start. I think it's bad. Maybe it's intentional. If it is, I don't think it's a good idea. It defaults back to the Unimog. What I'd like to see is you select the Marder, right? And then you click, and then it keeps the Marder selected as a transport, but it doesn't. It's annoying. Is it worth upweighting these guys? Given how cheap they are, probably not. Sicherungs for some spam. Still hate that they have this weird abbreviated name. I was never a fan of command infantry in WARNO, so I'm not gonna take him. Might be like a bad decision. I'm not an expert. Cheap MG guys, maybe? Sure, let's take one. Why doesn't it? Oh, it does display. Okay, that's weird. No, that's not a good thing. It does get bonuses through that. But you can barely make the yellow out here, and you can't see any yellow there. That's certainly not ideal. Against 5% and 3% accuracy. One vet is, I think, fine. Artillery. I heard artillery is pretty strong now, so let's put some in. It's rate of fire, aim time, reload time 54 seconds versus 45. Salving at 4 versus. Why does this have a salving at 3? I thought this. No, I'm too wargame brained. Let's put in 2 of these guys. I always like the cheap mortar spam. 2 A3s. We only get 1 card now. I think you used to get more. Back in my days. Oh, you get 1 A1 CVs as well. I didn't remember. 1 A5. These used to be busted as fudge, man. I think it was 60, 80 respectively in terms of cost. They were really cheap, way too strong. Now why does this guy get 6.6 second reload time for 9 RPM? But this guy gets 6.5. Why can't you just standardize this? You get 2 cards here. One more range and a good bunch more accuracy. I think the 1 5 is worth it. 1 card of you guys just for cheap spam. Rarden or heat gun? You are really cheap, which is nice. How much range do you have? 1750? I would like to know how high their noise value is. Same range on this guy. Stick with you. Looks is probably pretty nice. Jägeraufklärer, yep, for sure. You do got the M113 now. And I think Recon has worse forward deployment than airborne troops. Hawk, 5% accuracy. What's this? 7%. Gigafaust. Ugh. They are only 15 points, but you still have to pay for the Iltis, right? In the long run, of course, you can just sell them. But in the short run, if you want to open with them, that's really annoying. I think I'm gonna take like a card of these guys. I don't know how good they are. And then a card of Gaphards. You still have plenty of activation points. Hot 1 or Hot 2, 10 points at -2 availability for bunch more AP and accuracy. Yes, please. Even if you up at this to the same availability, you still have lower accuracy than this base. So practically 10 points for 2 AP and more accuracy still. With the same availability, for sure, worth it. Even on Elite, it has less accuracy. Hello, Tortik. Hate would be a strong word, yeah. I would definitely agree with that. I gotta put in the MW1. I don't know how it is nowadays, if it got changed at all. I have no idea. Last time I played, Seed was really wonky, so let's put it in. Cluster, AT. I was never a fan of like these ATGM planes unless it's like a Su-25 or A-10, because they're so goddamn fast. It's essentially impossible to really maneuver them and make good use of their payloads. At least I found that. So I never really liked using them. Seed is still dog shit. Oh well, I'll find it. I'll find out. Harrier is really slow, but I think it made it still really good for helicopter hunting because it allowed you to get more shots in with the gun. Gina's 3 per card at 80 points. Like 80 points is like it's like 30 to 35 points in war game. I'm plane balance is still very not to my liking. Let's put it that way. Not a fan of like how planes. I wouldn't really say it's worse, but I feel like it's a lot more. I don't even know how to describe it. It's probably more realistic actually. That it feels a lot more. Oops. Like individual plane strikes can feel like a lot more impactful and they're a lot faster. Like they happen a lot faster. But I feel they are less interactive compared to Wargame. But I also haven't played in a long time, so who knows. We don't have an ASF yet. Do we have anything other than the Tornado with like long range or medium range missiles? I don't think we do. You could only get them down with it if you get them hard. I'm not sure if it's really worth it. Let's try an ATGM plane because I don't like him. We have an HE bomber in the form of the MW1. We have plenty more activation points though. How many? I'm gonna put these both in. Oh, you can only get 1 card of each anyway. I still want to take a look at if they still have different flight patterns or bomb drop patterns, because some bombers they just keep their altitude when dropping the bombs, but other bombers they dive down even if they both have HE bombs, and I found it very annoying because there's no way or like no indication whatsoever. And this is not just Razzmann is hating on WARNO. You can't tell me that this is not stupid. I have probably too little recon, I'll be honest. Screw it. Just before we head in, or like try to find a game, I want to test this out real quick. Just a 2-second test. HE and okay, so they definitely they still order automatically by points, which is probably better than how it is in Wargame, because in Wargame sometimes it kept the order that you had, and other times it just felt like it randomly ordered them. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, okay. Oh, even Tornado flies slower. For some reason, which again the game doesn't tell you. Oh yeah, look at this, The Tornado just flew straight in, right? And you can see that the F4 is diving down. Why? I have reported this a long time ago, by the way. Like way before, when I was still very active with videos, and either they haven't read it, they don't care about it, they don't have time because there's too much other stuff to do, or wait, what? Do you see this? Look at the minimap. Wait, what? Eugen, please don't ban me. What? Hold on. Wait, what? This is clearly a town on the minimap, right? Yeah. I don't think that's it. I'm like still on this. I'm still on the live build, right? You could clearly see the map. So I don't know what happened there. Anyway, let's. Can you give me a filter to? There you go. That's the battle group. Uh. But yeah, like I said, the told I reported this a long time ago. So either they don't have the time, or they didn't. Maybe they didn't read it as well, right? I don't know. Maybe it's not a lot of something not a lot of people notice, and that one report got like swollen, not swollen, swallowed by all the other reports. No, it might just be that they are. Oh, I accidentally pressed escape. It's not good. It might just be that, or it's like on the back burner. But at the end of the day, it still annoys me a bit because if it's intentional, the game still doesn't tell you about it. Same with flight height. In Wargame, the game also didn't tell you about it, right? Which also sucks. But it was at least somewhat consistent. Pure bombers had their unified flight height. Multi-rolls had a certain flight height. Stuff like B5s had like their own flight height, right? At least it was consistent with these planes. I think at least. In WARNO, it either doesn't feel consistent or I don't know what the rule is for it. Maybe it's like a plane by plane basis. F4s do this and tornadoes do that. Sure, fine, but I find it confusing. Surely they can't accidentally have different side bombing paths. Clueless? No, but like stuff like this, I think is very important to know, right? Same thing with. I very much like that. Fairly shortly after release, right, a couple of months or something, they implemented like an updated unit card that now shows aim time, reload time, salvo length, right? Very good, very useful information. But they still, the salvo length and salvo reload time is still not very, not incredibly useful. Especially the salvo reload time when it comes to rate of fire, because you don't know the reload time within the salvo, right? And the rate of fire shown on unit cards, like tanks and such, not tanks, MGs and like specs, right? It doesn't literally fire 10,000 rounds a minute, right? That's like the ammo consumption practically. So this like these are like the small annoyances that I have to change the UI. I changed the UI at some point to this. Yeah, that's better. It's still not how I personally prefer it, but it's better. Yeah, okay, Fallschirmjäger or like airborne squads can. What are you playing against? It's like the British division? Second Infantry, I think that's a British one, right? Maybe it should be something like a trait. Yeah, like since the planes won't have traits like infantry, they could still be a spot for them to denote stuff like that, right? Like it would be. It's not like it's bad that some planes dive, some planes don't, right? But it would just be important to note. It's because it's something that can like allow you to differentiate these units more, right? And bring more flavor to, let's say, um, certain types of planes, certain models, for example. Just like A-10s and Su-25s have armor, F4s compared to tornadoes, they dive or something like that, right? What do I know? Where do you even want to push? I always like pushing here, honestly. I always found this area a bit wonky with line of sight. Sure, let's get a 2 at 3. Let's live a bit. Get like a hog and a flag. I don't FK20. I don't know how good they are. Get some spam. Get some. Let's get a looks and scimitar. Recon. Get some VLANs. Not unloaded position here. You unload in there. Unload in there. You got, okay, you got orders. Quick hand in there. Give me another Fallschirmjäger squad. See if you can be a bit safer and unload you like in there. Load you in here. Still, schnell. Unload here, and there's so many like small things that aren't really impactful, but like this is just not beautiful, right? Of course, it's early access, right? That's what early access is for, among other things. So it's not like I'm complaining because it isn't like Wargame, because Wargame is out for so long. They had ages to fix these things, right? And did fix a lot of these things. But at the same time, it's out for a whole year now. Let's get you a bit back here, the hawk. You. You can unload like in there, right? I have no idea what I'm doing. UI is a combination of gazillion small mistakes. I kind of agree. Did you not get any orders? So you these types of maps from a dragon. I don't. Many of the maps, in my eyes, are just too narrow. Both in terms of like the zone layouts, like this. There's obviously it's fine to have a few maps like this, but Mudfight is relatively narrow as well. Not every map should be really wide and focused, let's say, mobile decks. But I feel the maps tend to be 1v1 maps tend to be more narrow. And not just that, they tend to have like not a whole lot of room to like play outside of the given thing, right? All you have here is this, which is just not very... How do I put this? How will you do against helicopters? You basically don't do anything, huh? That's not cool. Oh, hold on. Okay, they immediately. You're probably dead, Milan, right? But hey, at least the game doesn't tell you anymore if there's infantry inside, so that's cool. I think they fixed it a while ago, though. Although I'm still not a fan of like smart orders that essentially are like, oh, only shoot if something is in a transport. Like, how are you supposed to know that? I think those smart orders are still in the game, right? For HGMs. Unimogs, you all get sold. Elders, you also all get sold. We're on the same veterancy. I wonder who's winning. It's 8-man squad versus 9-man squad. Oh, oh no, you shouldn't have moved. You shouldn't have moved out in the open, my man. Someone bought a lot of CVs, and I forgot about that. I swear, the minute by minute income still messes with me. And I have no idea how much HP they have unless I like hover over them like that, which is also not fun. It still shows infantry when you select it? Oh, really? Probably get some more AA as well. Infantry combat is way slower than the last time I played, that's for sure. SAS. Oh, you weren't even in the building, that's cool. Get a Gepard in here. Get like some of you guys and some... I have some... Yeah, you... Yeah, let's get like a mod. These guys are still fighting. Okay, warrior is dead. Not gonna lie, that AGM looked like it missed, but... Maybe it's just me. You don't have an MG, so surely you will lose, right? Right? No, it doesn't. Oh wait, does this icon? Wait, what? Leader? Why does it say leader? Oh, it's the name of. Okay, okay. I was like, okay, but no, I cannot see that there's something inside here. I thought at first I thought it meant that there's a CV inside. I was like, what? Oh, I killed a rapier. These infantry fights, they take so long. Get some more AA spread around. And get a 2 or 3 CV in there. There's a lot of Lynxes, man. How's the Razzmann doing? Not very well. Helicopters are so much more survivable here. Can you still do the whole? Hold on, let me test this. Let me get a helicopter and see if you can do this. I remember being able to like move them around essentially at low altitude the whole time if you micro them enough, which is very strong. Actually, you know, it happened in the video as well, right? Not too long. The last WARNO video I did where I got absolutely wrecked by Karma. You really destroyed me with, I think it was an Apache, that he kept like moving around at low altitudes. Well, among other things. He didn't just wreck me because of that, right? But he kept moving it around at low altitude, and as a result, it was so difficult for me to get line of sight onto it. Plus, armor on helicopters is honestly kind of bullshit. Well, let me put it this way: I'm not a fan of it. That even one armor like reduces damage by a good amount, and that gives them really good survivability. Oh my god, wait, what? I gotta check that in the replay. Was that at front? Were those front shots or were all of those side shots? I did a lot of damage there. That's a plane. I say if that's clustered, then I gotta like. Alright. Okay. There. I had like no AA there other than the Gepard. Alright. Here, okay, you change altitude. And it's just move you a bit, right? Oh yeah. Yep, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. GR3, that's a AA. Wait, what? Oh, are you like gun running? Oh, 203, what are you doing? Don't move, show your side like that. Ouch, what is hell arm? Was just ITO? Yeah, my 203 got absolutely destroyed because I'm bad. Get some artillery. Okay, you're out of missiles. Very not good. How's the Zwillinge doing? It's okay. Lux is still doing there. It shot like 5 rounds. Another thing that annoys me, if you spot a plane, then unspot it and spot it again, you get the bam 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 again, right? The siren. I don't think that should not be the case. Then again, you could argue that and otherwise you would immediately know whether something is a new plane or not when you just spot it back here again. So I guess I could, even if not intentional, it actually kind of makes sense. I was also never a fan to begin with of the whole sound effect for literally anything that's happening. Two in there. The other one, like back here. It's like a last defense thing. Get another Zwillinge. Another 2A3. How's it 290? Oh, okay, the Challenger is just destroying my 2A3. Right. Right, okay. Yeah, no, I'm used to like the 2A3 being a 2A4 clone compared to like a war game Red Dragon 2A4 clone, if you will. And Mark II is a worse tank in that game. So it's like, oh yeah, 2A3 is probably gonna like win against the Mark II. No, it's not. It's actually worse. Autocannons? Is it just me, or are they just disappointing against, like, at least helicopters? I don't know about other units. Oh, you're on low HP. I still have my bow here. Did I just use for testing? Maybe I should use it against the Challenger there. Give you some supply as well. Oh, I lost all my Fallschirmjäger in there. That's disappointing. Where's my RT? Give you some supply. Well, that unit is routing now. I hate routing. I have a tank. I have a 2A3. Come on, tank. That is a tank, right? Kaboom. Alright, it's corrected shot, right? You get corrected shot within... Oh, that's not good. Oh, no. I mean, maybe it's realistic. In war... I get the idea that you have to have recon to get corrected shot, right? And I think that's a good idea. I think you should, so you also on top of that should have line of sight, in my opinion. Like be both in range of like recon and have line of sight, right? What in a war game, what you needed is line of sight essentially. No matter what unit. And that made corrected shot in war game is kind of a joke. I definitely think that the whole recon thing is honestly a good idea, but also make it that you have to, in my eyes, that's just me talking out of my ass, not out of experience, but just like, and like theory crafting, if you will. I think line of sight should also be required on top of that. You're not firing anymore, so let's fire at these guys. Oh, hello. Alright, we actually knew the CV was in this area. We saw like the whole, you know, circle thing starting from that part. Autocannons? Nah. Another tank over there. He's in there. Also, I absolutely hate smart robots like counter battery. Very stupid in my idea, in my opinion, Ooh, that's a javelin trying to go for my bow. Get you guys repaired. Just move you up and then repair you over there together with the Panzer Grants that we already have anyway. Careful that you're not getting wrecked there. Where's the... That's the to sell. Get me some... a Jäger spam. Like infantry in here. Oh, did we kill the CV? Well, neither of them vetted up, and we don't have an XP bar, so hard to check for that. like a couple of shift orders here. Smart counter battery is pretty inefficient. Oh, did they nerf it? In which case, okay, maybe. In general, not a big fan of... Well, as long as smart orders, my main gripe is as long as they stay a good bit less optimal than non-smart orders. And by good bit, I mean not just a tiny bit, but basically it is always stronger to not use... Oh, there we go. If it's basically always stronger to not use smart orders, that's good. But I remember the counter battery being just honestly pretty stupid. But also I have no idea if that's still the case, of course. Will they add F-22 Raptors? Yes, I can confirm that they will. Did I lose my 2-3 and didn't even pay attention to that? Oh no, there it is. Kill the Challenger there. 2-3, doing a good job here. Ah, that's a destroyed. I hate ruins. Yeah, I should watch out there. Let's get another Hawk. There's still a potential cluster plane, right? That's, I guess, where infantry CV would be really good to have. Okay, watch out, 2-3. That's not a very good idea to drive like that. Turn your weapons off. Yep, there we go. Cluster plane's really strong. Really strong. And we didn't even kill it, did we? Oh, no, we did. That was a single cluster plane. How much does the Jaguar cost? Oh, goodbye, Challenger. I remember them also like being really good at like keeping track of targets as well. And vehicles being so slow, especially in forests. Make sure we go for the melee with the vehicle. Now, a thing that I still hate, they were on attack move, we're engaging the infantry. Oh god, I hate that pop-up, it's so ugly. And as soon as the warrior Milan came into line of sight, they automatically switched targets. Not a fan of that. Still not, never was. So I'm not gonna get changed, but I just never liked that. Tier 1 HE. Jesus, man. We can still not turn off like ammo or fuel to only focus on repairs. No, early access is not that sure, but the fact that mechanics like that from Wargame like don't work anymore, or like not don't work anymore, but aren't in the game yet, it's just annoying, man. I'm floating. A bit cheeky. Also known as cheesy. Oh, that's 2-3. Yeah, just sit out there in the open. Honestly, against cluster planes this might be safer because then you at least don't get the forest off-road speed, man. Like that 2-3 was essentially sitting duck. As I said just before, like half a minute before, oh, I should move that. It's gonna get clustered, and it got clustered and I lost it. Right? Damn. Get absolutely wrecked. Did I really just miss? Oh no, not one. Oh. There's something in there. Also unload you. Okay, leave my Fuchs alone. L6 Wombat, what's that? Oh, it's a Rico's Rifle Squad. Alright. Ah, I gotta move my CV! Jesus Christ. I was like, bap, bap, bap. No, 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 I'm busy giving my tornadoes orders. Don't send in your planes like that. Og, you're on attack move or you're out of ammo. That's not good. I have no ASFs in this deck. Get some seed out. Oh, that bug is also still in the game. Okay. Oh, I killed the rapier with this though. Okay, okay, come on, tornado. Oh, wow. I'm actually like not losing that fight. I have no aim lines left though. We need supplies. I killed the phantom, nice. Dude, I know. Did the infantry CV maybe move in there or something? Number one is AG class and rookie infantry. Yeah, yeah, I went for infantry. I know there's an infantry CV in here. That's why I went for that. Where's my AA here? Oh, it died. Nice. Areas, what are they? I guess they literally say AT group, so that's kind of obvious what they are. Orders. Is it counter battery? Oh, my old position, sure. You're dead. Gotta say, probably a bad time to stream today because, well, not today specifically, but there's like a big rework and stuff, a lot of stuff in the works, right? CV rework, Forb is coming, amphibious capabilities are being added, infantry traits. I don't know if all of this will come at the same time, but given that the last patch is, even if you factor in Christmas and New Year's and stuff, and like the week in between, even if you factor in that, it's been quite a while since the last video. Come on, drive out of the forest. Okay, you're not even going for that. Duster. I don't even have... Oh, it dropped here. Okay. Oh, the tooth really died ages ago already, huh? I didn't even pay attention to that. I just have a much harder time keeping actual track of my units. I'm just not a fan of these unit labels. Of course, I could turn in... You know what? I hate it, but maybe it actually does work better for me. I'm gonna turn this on. Maybe this actually helps me. I still hate them. I hate how cluttered this is, but this might still be like the lesser evil is the wrong way to put it, but the less bad option for me. I hate it though. Ugh. So many symbols. And unlike Wargame, you can't even like put them in a proper 4-stack either. I think. Actually, where is that? It wasn't there an option where if you call in multiple units of the same thing, they get stacked together? I remember like turning it off because it really didn't work well at all. This thing. It first time I tried it, it did not work at all. Okay, now they're in a 4-stack, but like look how when you move them around, it's really just it feels clunky. Very, very clunky. Oh, I counter cap mid. Just surrender. I don't have a recon helicopter. These are the times where you really wish you had a recon helicopter. Let's get a bunch of 104 5s. Load. I don't like how there's like a delay, like I unload and then attack move, and you know, because there's a delay for unloading. To use the wargame, it happens much faster. For better or for worse, again. Those are like the things where like you should that's like stuff that you have to get used to. It is probably better that you have a delay because sometimes it feels like a bit. Look how is it tracking my 2A3? I think it was tracking my 2A3. You saw it like veered a bit to the left as well as my 2A3 was moving to the side, like in an attempt to dodge it. Alright, just attack move, I don't even care. But you're still in cool 20 seconds until I get the points for that. You're on elite, huh? I'm getting wrecked by another challenger here. Better to this is helicopter. I already hate this, man. It looks like Adam Valorant and more mature dragon. Well, to me, it never felt like a more mature dragon. I put it that way. But I'm like known as, oh my god, this guy hates WARNO. He only can hate WARNO. He cannot appreciate anything. So like, right, just move sideways when it comes to clusters. Oh, you're going for the Gepard? Or are you trying to CV snipe? Oh god, you're getting sideshot here by the challenger, aren't you? Yep. And you have no smokes left. And because you're like, look how they came from different paths of the map, right? 4 stacks in wargame at the very least like tend to, you know, stay together and on the same road. Although they also have issues, of course. It's not like stacking in wargame is perfect. Is my 2-3 actually still alive? Okay, now this is weird. Unless it happened a long time ago. 2-3 loss did not show up on the right, unless I'm mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I might very well be wrong. It doesn't help that you see like individual lines, that just messes with my head. Yeah, don't do this, please. With the grouping just does not work well in my eyes. Keep those out of the way so they're not getting wrecked by a single bomber. Don't care about this SAS. Let's get another Gepard on the field. Let's get some more 2A1s, the 1A5s, and some more infantry. Whatever about this map, this part of the map. Sure, we can try moving in there for a bit. You're gonna die, but I just need a few conquest points. You should probably just move in there. Oh, I think you're getting hunted. Yeah. Maybe we can get in. Move here should get in range. How many rockets do we have? 12. Not a lot. You're of ammo. There's still seed. Sure, they are multi-rolls after all. Oh, that's a challenger CV. Wrecked. Well, this is where I wish I had a cluster plane and not an ATGM plane. Honestly, the panic smoke button also like makes ATGM planes just less. Okay, got it. I think the first one didn't hit, because the challenger did have an icon of it being like damaged, so I would have assumed that one hit would have been enough, but I might have just been blind. There's one missile left. Oh, that's an ATGM. Stand infantry. We are countercapping this with the CV leading the way. I lost to 1 at 5. Come on, evac. Honestly, after this, I have to play British Division because I absolutely love the SAS voice lines. They just sound so stupid. No offense, but what are you waiting for? Okay, was it a CV? Infantry CV maybe? What are you waiting for? British voice lines. Oh, it is a CV. Would you look at that? One will end up as Polish as Red Dragon? I don't doubt it necessarily. Sometimes it depends what you mean with Polish, right? Let's dissolve this bullcrap. Some things might be considered Polish, others might consider those same things features, maybe even mechanics. I don't know. At the end of the day, yeah, it's whatever. At the end of the day, as long as it's fun. While I'm streaming WARNO right now, I personally have kind of written off its multiplayer, which is why I don't really do a whole lot of videos, if any, about it, which is why I don't play it very often. But I'm cautiously excited, cautiously optimistic rather, about the single player campaign, specifically the Army General. Yeah, obviously that Challenger's gonna wreck us. Or 1A5s at that range. But maybe the campaign is gonna be worthwhile. This is just so horribly defended, by which I mean basically not defended at all. Pretty funny. I don't even care that my planes are dying. Oh, it's... Come on, just surrender, buddy. And you also get German tanks. I feel like I'm throwing this game right now. Oh god, I have a lot of 1A5s over here. I forgot that I bought those. Give this medium some ammo in this honk. Yeah, I got destroyed. Was it one of those guys? No, there's still three. One of these guys, yeah. Alright, let's see if it's gonna shoot at an empty transport as well. Probably not, because... Well, maybe it does. Oh, no, no, it's okay. Oh no, shoot at this, you idiots! The Dragon is better, but man, it feels awful to not have some quality of life features from WARNO. I get it. Personally, I don't really get a whole lot of the quality of life features. I feel like I have a lot less... My main issue with line of sight is just... Does it? Like, folks, look, it's already aiming at it, even though it shows that it... Why? Right, I shouldn't even have line of sight to this according to the line of sight tool, right? It doesn't even work properly. Like with cover situations like this. I am in a gray here, right? Did you see that? Okay, I should definitely be careful about this part of the map. Just attack move over there. I know I'm kind of throwing right now, but it's also like 6 minutes left. I'm still leading by 1600 points. Oh, I lost one of my guys to counter battery. Like, I'm not a fan of this, right? I think what happened is our opponent just bought artillery, set it to counter battery, and did nothing else with it, right? And all the battery, their artillery did was shoot at my artillery. They never interacted with that unit other than the whole counter battery thing. Why is that a thing? That should not be encouraged. Now, I guess you could argue that, you know, if you just keep moving your artillery, which honestly I really should have done, then it's a dead bye for the enemy, and it's fair. But don't come in here with logic. Oh no. I keep moving in my tanks one after the other. Wait, what? Firing computer reset? Why do I still have like... What does firing computer reset do in this game? Alright, move in there. I just trust dropped. I don't think it has. Don't debate me like that. I actually checked. They don't patch on Fridays. They might make an exception for like New Year's, for the 1 year anniversary. Surely they wouldn't, right? Oh, you missed. I hate that. Why does it show reloading and the bar for reloading? It shows two things for reloading. Right? Why do you need to show me the same thing twice? They updated the public build? Oh, really? No way. If I'll ban you. I'll ban you if you're lying to me. Who am I kidding? I would not ban one of my 2 viewers that I actually have. Oh shit, I actually did. Oh, they did. Would you look at that? Also, voice reveal. What rank was that? Sergeant Major. Oh man. Alright. Let me like restart Steam or something. Says to be a fucking joke, Eugene on Suicide Watch. Well, let's check out the patch. Hold on, I gotta bank in on the views. What's it called? OUDINOT? How is that shit written? OUDINOT out now. There you go. Updated the title. The title. There you go. I have 198 views. What the heck are you guys doing? Don't you know I'm the WARNO hater? You're supposed to be like, come in here, say, Razzmann, shut the fuck up, nobody cares about your opinion, and leave again. Its sneaky mini-map teaser makes sense. No, it doesn't. It still does not make sense at all. It is so, like... Anyway, well, let's check out the update. Oh, man. So what do we have in this update? New tutorials, a new map, a new version of an existing map, Black Forest map rework, new destruction mode variants of maps, new unit trait system, new amphibious ability, new destruction textures, major combat system rework, new hit points / suppression UI display, command unit overhaul. After capturing a zone, command units are no longer required to stay inside to control it. The 3rd Armor Division rework, new unit traits detailed, reservist, leader, resolute, military police, IFV infantry, GSR, shock, airborne, recon, security, and amphibious. transport, and sniper. And see on the battlefield. Okay, let's see. Wait, what? Oh yeah, look at this. Shock. This unit features hardened soldiers specifically trained and equipped for close quarter battles, assault operations, and hand-to-hand combat. Shock units inflict more suppression when fighting at close combat ranges, including woods and... Oh shit, I don't have... Hold on. Yeah, I know, you're not seeing anything. Sorry. I didn't even see chat yet. But, there you go. Yeah, there you go. See the little icons over here? Shock. They still have the parachute icon on the unit card, which means that, yep, still is overshadowed by the availability, which is just so annoying. Let's see, these guys, they have no trait. These guys, they have... Look at that little dog. Hold on. Let me make that... let me make sure you can see that. Look at that little doggo. Look at that little doggo. That's security. Okay, now how do I make this small again? Oh shit, I screwed up. Please. There we go. So, just give me a sec. Professional YouTuber, by the way. No, I'm joking. I'm not living off of this. I wouldn't want to either. That's like an awful way to live. Having to make WARNO, which I'm joking. Oh, they updated the colors, I think, right? What about the MG? Oh, okay, that's still weird. Okay, so Panzer Guns, they don't get a tag at all. Shouldn't they get the whole... Yeah, IV infantry. This unit composed of soldiers, blah blah blah. IV infantry units take lesser pressure in combat when near an infantry fighting vehicle. That's cool. That is very cool. I like that. That's a cool idea. Sicherungsstelle security. Security units increase their optics and identification levels to good when not moving, similar to recon units, although they remain an infantry squad. Interesting. Anything else? So these guys are Shock. Shock units inflict more suppression when fighting in close combat ranges, including woods and urban terrain. Jäger are nothing. We have anything else? Reservists. So we have not... Okay, these guys are military police, right? Military police units grant a suppression regeneration bonus and remove any unsteady traits of nearby units. I don't think we have unsteady here. These guys are leaders and IV infantry. They are leaders in Shock, and they are just leaders. And they are leaders and Shock and forward deployment. Anything? Weren't there 45 points just earlier? I don't know if anything else changed here. What about these guys? Oh yeah, look at... Recon. Recon units can deploy further ahead, but only during the initial deployment phase. Oh, you couldn't even see here. Advanced deployment. 2,473. What a weird distance. I'm still in the strike team, yes. Can you ask why the fuck we don't have a smoke grenade straight for vehicles? That has been brought up. Not by me, but it has been brought up. Is there anything on planes? No, right? Yeah. What is this? Oh, amphibious! It's amphibious. But it doesn't give you the amphibious speed! No! Virgin! And blind... Oh, come on. Chill out, man. Availability is significantly reduced on CVs, which makes sense because, you know, you need fewer of them. I'm not a fan of the change, but I'm pretty quiet on these things, like on the strike team and such, because frankly, I'm not really gonna bother with the multiplayer, so I'm not gonna try to like argue for one thing when I'm not even gonna play it anyway. Yeah, what about the what's it called? Resolute? We have this on any... Heimatschützen. There you go. Reservist. Unsteady. Okay, this is one thing that you know, confused me before as well. Reserve. Unsteady units take more suppression in combat, but the trait is called reservist. I feel like it can be confusing at times. Just call this trade unsteady or something instead of reservist. That's my opinion, at least. What? East Germany indoctrinated? Do they have like an intro? Oh, what the heck? Resolute? This unit was highly motivated, well-drilled, and politically indoctrinated. Going into battle with plenty of enthusiasm, these eager troops will endure even the hardest battlefield conditions in stride. Resolute units take less suppression in combat. Would you look at that? Oh, but Soviet units are not... there's the special forces! Special forces units take less suppression in combat, move faster, and deal more damage, on top of the elite veterancy level. So they did say there's like they overhaul combat, right? I don't think this difference actually makes sense from an IRL perspective, but I'm not an expert, like the armor and AP difference. But I don't think anything changed in terms of stats, so we'll just have to play. I did say I wanted to make a British division. That's the first armored. Oh yeah, isn't the Berlin command also new? Just do the 2nd infantry, right? Version stats change pretty majorly. Yeah, it's like a lot about suppression now, but it doesn't really show anything on the unit card, right? I do like these supply drives. 35 is like a nice sweet spot. RMP, what are those? Military police. So they are, is it they buff units around a bit and remove resolute, unsteady traits. Do we have anything with unsteady here? Heimatschützen. And remove unsteady traits. But this trait is called reservist, right? This is so confusing at first glance. Oh, look how red this is. Oh, hold on. Is it red because... It's red because they get a penalty. Because they're at poor experience. There you go. That's why it's like so red. Now, SAS. I'm not sure. It says they move faster, but it doesn't seem like it shows on the unit card because it says 25 kmh. These guys are also 25 kmh, at least on the unit card. Berlin is new. Why have they done it like that? Why is the entire bar red? Because that bar is negatively impacted by their veterancy level. Why not only put the part they lose? That is a good question, though. At the end of the day, yeah, whatever. If we want SAS because they have funny voice lines. Okay, what is this? Transport. Transport units can infantry squads, groups, or teams. Prime movers, just like regular transports, can carry infantry units but move heavy guns in tow. I prefer the Saxon because it has armor. Assault pioneers. That's shock, right? Yeah, that's shock. Air mobile, they're not shock. Terriers pioneers are shock. Terriers AT group are not. Terriers are not. Terriers gun group are not either. RMP, okay. You can upbeat these Jägers, but not the one in the previous. Unless they change it, maybe you can now. UI was never huge in strong suit, I suppose. But I think it worked well in Red Dragon, well enough. At least for me, not for new players actually. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Eugen and UI doesn't bode well. But I feel like they... I don't know what... You know, sometimes I just question their decisions, but then I'm like, why would I care? I could just not play the game, and that's what I end up doing. Instead of like... making a fuss about it. Wieland 2 are good. Do I need an AT group? There are only 4 men. They have plenty of ammo, but I think it's probably just better off if I get some air mobiles with the law 80. Get 2 cards and upvet them. I think Jäger are gonna be like our main combat infantry, but maybe that's a bad decision. How do they compare? 8 men versus 11 men. The MG is... I mean, you have a high rate of fire on the L4A4. Sure, you lose 5% accuracy. But you have the same suppression, you have the same HE. Oh. I don't know, let's try the Terriers. Actually, 10-point different, right? What did I say? 20-point different? 10-point different. You know what? Just for testing sake, let's give like these guys. Oh, you can't upvet them. Okay, fine. I'll stay with these guys. I was not very convinced by the MG groups last time I played. I'm still not a fan of infantry CVs, frankly. Wait, do I not get any warriors outside of my CV? Ah, there they are. There's the warriors. 10 points for a Milan one. Any other differences? No. I mean autonomy, I guess. And fuel, but who cares about that? Are they wait, are these guys? Yes, they are IV infantry. Honestly, I think 10 points, it's gonna be 85 versus 75, that's not that much. Get 2 cards. Upvoted. I should probably get another Milan. Or maybe Assault Pioneers. Ah, they only have the satchel charges, they don't have flamethrowers. I should probably get something in the links as well. Let's get one of you in the links. Only one god of Milan 2s. They are cheap as fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna spam them. Oh no, they still 45 points. They're just 65 up here because of the transport. I was wondering that earlier. Challengers seem pretty cool. It's up at it. Another tank CV and a card of you. Oh, you only get challengers and M48s. Oh, you get the one with the 105mm gun though. The second Panzer gun gets the. Oh, we get 2 MGs. Honestly, I think I'd rather have an AT weapon even if it's just a Panzer Plus 44. Honks. It doesn't actually get a 5% stabilizer here. Sure, let's get 2 of them. Maybe they can sneak around. I do like the Javelin. It does have 4 HE at least and reasonable accuracy. Very good availability. Tracked Rapier. That's the non-radar version. 6 HE. Okay, 30. So suppression numbers seem to have changed a good bit, huh? What was it? How much suppression did these weapons have in the? Wait, what? Why does the Rapier deal less suppression than a Javelin? Go into the tutorial to see huge and UI mastery. Oh my god. Okay, fine. I'm gonna tutorial. Okay, you know what? It's not that bad. Why is this short so like? It's not pretty though. Put in some pictures here, man. Definitely should put in some pictures there. Like who is? Yeah, I don't find it that bad, but like, this doesn't make it that much easier. Honestly, I feel like you should group some of these together. I don't think we have so many single ones. If you like, tutorial of course is good, but if you just, it's better than like it's miles better than like the text shit you had in Red Dragon. That was just the absolute worst. That's like, this is better than, obviously still better, but if someone opens the game and goes like tutorial and then sees like how many tutorials there are, I'm like, you know, maybe like have some tabs like basics and advanced, and then maybe group some of the basic ones together, right? You don't need, like, this should definitely be one thing. Deployment and command should, for example, should be one and the same thing. Come on. Okay. In the tutorial itself, sure. Let's try it out. There's no tutorial in Warhammer Dragon. It's just text and images. Like there's I mean, it does have a tutorial, but you don't play in the tutorial.
Get used to the camera controls. Move the camera to the objective marker. Find your unit and left click to select it.
Arrow keys are WASD. Don't put this in. This should not be the first thing, right? Yes, you can use Control and S, but nobody does that. You should. The first thing you should write is the thing that makes the most sense, which is mouse wheel. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Alternatively, you can also do with Control and W and S, right? Like, those are minor things, but... Oh, look at this UI. This is HP? Oh wow, okay.
This is Saber 6. Actual comm check complete. Over. Hearing you loud and clear, sir. War is about to kick off, and we suffer a flat tire. Our escort back to the staging area is waiting nearby, sir.
You have selected your first unit. Let's check
That is
out the
way too
unit's
quiet.
information panel. The left part of the panel displays general information about the unit. The central part is dedicated to the unit's rules of engagement, a concept that will be covered in a later tutorial.
Yeah, using Control and W/S to do vertical movements sounds suboptimal. I mean, this is a very minor thing, of course, right? It is still say you can use the scroll wheel, right? But surely it makes more sense to first display the option that most people use, and it's just the most intuitive one to use, which is the mouse wheel. You don't want to make people think by first saying Control and WS that is the optimal way, because it clearly isn't, right? That's not. We're not going to do the tutorial here. Like, nobody enjoys watching that. Let's quickly finish the deck building. Tracked rapier, it's like this, but tracked, right? Yeah. Why does it have so little suppression? I don't even know if we need this because we have the javelin for. Let's put it in 1 card and 2 cards of radar A. Ito versus Toad, definitely Ito. 6% base accuracy seems fine. Oh, we have so few points. I would put in way too many tanks. The Jaguar cluster. Okay, it's a pretty expensive cluster, the one that wrecked us last time. Rockets, HE. 8 points. You know what? Let's get rid of 1 card of Warriors. Screw ASFs in this game. Who needs them? Right, let's get wrecked by someone. I'm Colonel. I forgot about this. Let's get wrecked by someone, some of the good players who immediately patched the game and started playing it. Also, they don't teach you to fast move immediately. They teach it later. Yeah. I mean, I find it hard to really evaluate what might be the best way to you know, I know all the basics, right? I'm a veteran wargame player. It's hard for me to really evaluate, alright, what is the best way to teach someone new? Because I'm not new, so how am I supposed to know, right? So maybe it is very good the way they do it, even if it looks stupid to us. Maybe it is. Maybe it's really bad, like some might think. Hard to evaluate, but what I definitely think is just dropping a huge list of tutorials, not the way to go. In my eye, group them into basic and advanced, like 2 tabs, so that you really should only do the basic ones for, you know, getting that before you jump in maybe into the multiplayer or something. Don't put in difficulty 4. But I didn't even think, why do you put difficulty on tutorials? Tutorials are meant to be easy. Maybe this is like the same UI they are gonna use for campaign and operations, and they just repurpose it. In which case, yeah, whatever, right? Maybe they just the campaign and operational UI looks just the same thing, just a different title, but still difficulty and duration. Who knows? But don't put a difficulty on your tutorials. Definitely group some of these together. For example, deployment and command units, put this together. Ground attacks and bombers, make just planes, right? Or like planes basic and planes advanced, or stuff like that. Mortars and howitzers, like, they're functionally very similar, right? Put them together. And you don't even have something for MLRS, do you? Ground attacks and bombers? Yeah. I guess special orders, those might be like MLRS. I don't know. I hope they're sometimes Eugen, like when Eugen, that's like my impression. I might just be wrong. Sometimes it feels like when Eugen spends a lot of effort and resources into something, which in this case the tutorial, right? Camera movement, voiceovers, right? Clearly a lot of effort and presumably money went into this. Sometimes it feels like Eugen just, because they spend so much in it, just drops it and leaves it be and just never touches it again. That's sometimes what it feels like, and I hope that's not going to be the case here. Tutorials seem pretty good. I mean, the tutorials themselves, I have no idea if the tutorials themselves seem fine. I just think that the... Oh, look at this at the top. I just think that the hold on, what does the UI look like with the thing? I just think the presentation of like the tutorials available, I think that is not ideal. But I can't comment on the quality of the tutorials themselves. WARNO shaping up to be comparable to Wargame yet? You know, you're gonna get a lot of different answers for different people. To me, no. Others think yes. Someone else might think it's even better. You're not gonna get like a consistent answer. It really depends on who you ask, or like what kind of group of people you ask. If you go into the Wargame subreddit, you know, most people would say no, it's worse, or it's fine, but I still prefer Wargames. Maybe what a lot of people would say, maybe not. On WARNO, you would say no, WARNO is better. On Steel Division subreddit, you might say, oh, it's fine, but Steel Division is still better. I don't know what they would say. You're not gonna get a lot of no one answer, which is maybe good. Red Dragon is more. I mean, yes, for sure. Red Dragon is more polished, simply because it's also been out for much longer, of course. I don't see myself like quote unquote switching over to WARNO for its multiplayer. What are we not gonna do? We're gonna push here. We don't have flamethrower. Now I wish I had some satchel charges. Definitely should have put them in for town fighting. I'm so stupid. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna permanently abandon Wargame over this game or something. Let's get an FSA here. Javelin. We have SAS here, so I don't think we need another. Oh, we don't have a lot of points left. I don't think we need a healer there. Down squad there. And oh, I forgot to give you orders. Alright, recon. Unload. See if we can unload them there. Fox, actually. We can like in there. Got an order. We can't pass there. Right, you lads unload there. If I'm not gonna manually unload you earlier. Challenger, quick hand in there.
Captain.
You move here. Manpad, try to unload in the town there. Rapier. Loads back here. You have no recon with this. Actually, you have some foxes, but they're probably gonna die. And two Wargame brain with some units like recon combat vehicles and such. Don't want anti-gem in there. Just place one in here, and you can try to unload there. I think everything got orders. Good luck, have fun. Demigod Raz's opinion is all that matters. I know, right? I feel like tanks and planes feel good in WARNO. Infinite Combat feels worse than a dragon. I mean, that might have just changed now with this patch, but I am not a fan of tank and plane combat in Wargame. Sorry, WARNO. Especially plane. Tank is very, very similar. The thing about tank combat that I don't like here is just some general mechanics, like units changing targets on their own, for example. But planes, not a fan. I find them so hard to actually like maneuver and such with them here. Alright, don't forget you don't have to keep your CV in here anymore. But according to the patch notes, at least. Gameplay is all that matters to me anyway. I agree, and I just think I prefer Wargames gameplay in a lot of regards. Both like within the game itself, right? The actual combat like here, but also deck building and such. I very much prefer. I wonder. I don't think it can happen, but I wonder if you can queue up against someone who hasn't patched the game yet and like actually get into a game. I don't think you can. I think the game does check for game versions when trying to queue up people like that. You know what? Just put you here as like flying defense. Not because you're gonna be able to shoot anything. This is like out here flying, but you can spot some things at least.
I'm listening, Captain. Everybody out.
I also don't like how I unloaded next to building squad, but they didn't automatically go into here. This might though be because I have this thing here turned off, right? I think maybe if you have this set to cover, then they probably will do that actually.
Somebody call for a cab.
In Wargame you essentially have this always set to cover. Like if you move in Wargame and Infantry Squad like here, they'll automatically move to this forest. As long as cover is close enough, of course, they essentially will always move into cover in Wargame. I just wish you could have it like, if they spawn or like unload literally within a town, then they'll enter the town, otherwise they don't. But of course it's, you know, maybe not most straightforward way to do things. Yeah. I think we're playing against someone who is not very highly ranked. They have like, but this map is just, I'm still annoyed that they still have. Wait, are you telling me this is the fastest way? Are you really telling me it's not faster to just drive down here, go over there, and then drive that way? What? See, you're doing it right. What's your off-road speed? 95. So is yours. Why did you... What? Am I taking crazy pills? Wait, now you're doing it as well. Wait, what?
We can't go any faster than that.
I'm so confused. Okay, let's actually play the game. This is HP, right? The bottom bars, yeah. Okay. That's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, let's get some mortar spam going. Yes! Okay, get into this town, please. Make sure that you stay outside of their AT range. You only have 1 armor, I think. Yeah, you do. Move you in there and turn your weapon off.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not the biggest fan of like not having to have your CV stay in there anymore. I know why they do it, right? They might hate it, but a lot of people hate CV sniping. I understand why, but I definitely think that it's a good thing to be able to snipe CVs. There's a guy the bombs. Wait, what? What? Uh-huh. Building destroyed, but infantry took no damage. Alright. Well, that's cool, that's cool. Oh, there's another challenger here? I forgot about another challenger. You really need to implement reverse speed to fix some of its issues. Like, you can have a fucking tank reverse for like hundreds of meters only for it to do it. It's, yeah, this shit just happens when you do it near towns and stuff, I think. It's really annoying. Let's sell these guys. Get another FSA. Get one of you on like... Oh no, 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 no. I hate this, I hate this. Can I fix this? Okay. I had the one unit set to 2 different unit groups, or like hotkeys, which I don't. I want one specifically for like smoking. Let's smoke in there. Okay, now here's the question. If I want to probably to contest, you probably need to have the CV stay in, I reckon, right? There's no way you can contest and have it like, oh, you just have to move in for a second, then it's contested, right? There's no way that it works like that, right? Let's get like some M48s. They have like decent guns at least. Get some more infantry in there. Alright, this is a good thing up there. It shows like what's kept what. And how much is kept, how much is unkept. It's a good idea. Although definitely the bar at the bottom, at least to me, first made me think, oh shit, is that unit like almost stunned? Because, you know, you had the stun bar as well. And the stun bar is gone now? Wait, no, is it like a small red bar for stuns? Is that what it is? This is yellow? Wait, what? I'm confused. I'm so confused.
Verdammt, es hat einen erwischt. Verdammt, die Munition, verdammt. Radio check, red 1-6, over.
I mean, yeah, it's cohesion, right? But like, how am I supposed to check the cohesion? Like, if the bar is red, how am I supposed to see a red bar here? I'm just wondering, aren't you supposed to be like stunned if like your cohesion is like horrible? And aren't you like getting insta stunned now, or did they change it? I guess they changed it.
Enemy right up.
It ain't a good UI if it ain't intuitive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But like,
Deploy at this position.
I mean, I thought, okay, that's probably cohesion, but then I also thought, aren't you supposed to be stunned once it's like full? I guess they changed it, right, with the rework, which makes sense. Okay, sure. But at the same time, I'm like, did they really not think about the readability of that cohesion bar when you have the red player color?
Waiting for instructions.
Like, these are the decisions where I'm like, how did you come to like did you not think of that? Is sometimes is what I'm wondering, right? I'm never how do I phrase this, right?
Let's move quickly.
I generally, many people often go like, oh, Eugene is so incompetent or whatnot, right? And most of the time I'm like, there's probably a reasonable answer to why they did certain things, right? Which most of the time probably revolves around, it's more work than one might think, or it's on the back burner and they have more important stuff to do. That's generally how I think, or the reason for why some things happen or don't happen.
Waiting for fire.
But like, what? First of all, two different bars, one that is hard to see, like right on top of each other. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Granted, they're different colors, right? One is essentially a bar of white squares, and the other thing is like a colored line, so it's obviously not the same. But have they not think about, you know, the fact that a red bar on a red unit background is hard to read? And do they really not care about people using this UI option? I can still not see the HP of these Jäger squads unless I hover over the unit icons, unit labels, right?
Enemy at 3 o'clock. High.
Like, again, right, I understand that, you know, they can't do things instantly. And while I sound very aggravated and such, at the end of the day, I'm probably not gonna touch this game until like next big update again, or like the next thing, because I mainly just want to showcase some stuff, and I thought, you know, 1 year anniversary makes sense to stream. But
Infanterie bereit.
some of these things, they're just very obvious, and I'm like, did they really not think of that, or what?
Here, Commandant. Get ready to engage. We'll deploy at this position.
It's more amusing that, even if I sound angry, I find it more amusing than aggravating, really. Also, look how... Wait, is that stun thing really to the... Why is the stun thing located here, right? To the left bottom left of the square. Let's see what dies. Alright, good bombing strike.
Give me morphium.
And I still find it just... Why do I have a unit square, another unit square, and then a rectangle for the name?
At your orders.
It,
Sunny.
I feel like the UI is just taking...
Shut up. And this
With every patch, the UI is taking like 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, right? It doesn't get worse, but it also doesn't get better.
get in formation.
That's what it feels like.
Move, but be ready to
Like, early access is fine and all, but like...
radio check. Red 1-6.
Like,
over.
there's a red line here, by the way, right? If I select it, I can see it, right? But if I deselect the unit, I'm not gonna see that red line at first glance, right? I'm gonna immediately see the HP bar, but you're really gonna have to look closely to see that there's a red line indicating the cohesion. Is AA worse in Warner than in Red Dragon? Honestly, I don't know. I played way too little Warner to make a comment on how good or bad it is in terms of like balance or effectiveness. However, I was not a fan of it in like the earlier stages. Also, F111 FLGB by looks of it does not dive, for example, when dropping its LGBs. Also, these LGBs don't seem to do anything. Oh shit, they capped this. Wait, what? Alright, because I have like no unit in there, that's why they capped it. That makes a lot of sense. You have no ammo left. Oh, you only carry 4 rounds? Oh shit.
Tank ready.
I should also repair you. I mean, I'm not really paying attention to the game, because our opponent, I think, is not very experienced. We're having an easy time here. Should cancel that. Oh, I still have my mortar. I forgot about that. Oh, they're way too far behind. I need 10 points. Really?
Just give me a target. Second platoon, let's go.
Oh, I love the SAS voice actor. It sounds so cheesy.
Ready to engage.
Oh shit, I'm getting clustered.
Copy, sir.
I only lost 1 at least, and I killed the plane.
Go back slowly. Winchester, summit. Squadron ready.
That is CV. Oh, that was a good bombing strike. Why is it like to the bottom left here, the routed? Why? Why? Just why? Why do I have 300 viewers? Oh no, this views. I have 38 viewers. Like YouTube is debating me.
Captain. Gib mir Morphium! Gib mir Morphium! Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Auf Empfang. Blue leader to Sunray. I am listening.
Wait. Okay, this is also just... Okay, I understood what they were going for, right? This obviously only has 4 HP, so only 2 bars, right? And they are at the center, right, as opposed to the far left. But still, my first instinct when seeing this is, oh shit, this unit is damaged, because it is only 2 squares, right? But each square obviously stands for 2 HP. Which is why they have... Oh, zooming in doesn't even do anything, I'm stupid. They have like 5.5 bars. But I'm not sure if that's... You still don't have... You can still not differentiate, nice. But I think it should just be like a relative bar, right? It should always be like, let's say, 5 squares, and 5 squares stand for 100% of HP, in my eyes, right? Given how, like, quickly HP can change for units, right? A bomber drops on your infantry squad. These bars can change quickly as well. And I think having to realize, oh right, Gazelle only has 4 HP, so 2 bars mean it's at full HP. A Lynx though has 6 HP, so 3 bars also means it's full HP, right? Even if you're like fully experienced with the unit, at first glance, I think it's just gonna be like confusing the hell out of you. I'm sorry? And obviously I'm not a game designer, so maybe I'm wrong. I obviously don't speak for everyone. But my first impression of like, my first instinct when I see like these bars is not, alright, there's 7 HP squad, of course they only have like 4 squares, right? My first instinct is always gonna be, oh shit, 4 squares, I think that unit is damaged. And then I take a second take and like, alright, no, they're not. Given how very differing HP is on infantry units in this game, it's just gonna be confusing, I think. But maybe I'm wrong, right? I might very much be wrong, so... I work in games and I can tell you I'm wrong, alright.
Shut up and listen to your sarge. That's not one mission. On me.
Also, I think there's gonna be... I think there's also there's gonna be an icon for like the police unit that are gonna like keep resolute units in check and stuff like that. I think there's like icons and areas for that, just like there's with IVs. And I think those might be you might get like an UI overload besides the unit icons here. I think you might get an UI overload for like all these
Yes,
things
sir.
as well.
Move, but watch our flanks.
I should have put an ASF into this deck. Not everyone has a sense for good UI and readability.
Get in formation.
Yeah, it makes a lot of
Need some
sense.
extra firepower.
And you know, maybe this just goes to show that
Second platoon.
Udinot being a relatively small studio, that's maybe like the things where it really showcases, or it really
Just get me out of here.
manifests itself.
Make your five ready.
The fact that they're a small studio, right, and have fewer people. A bigger studio is gonna have someone who is purely dedicated for UI, or multiple people who are purely dedicated for UI, and as a result, it doesn't happen there. But you know, that's just. But on the other hand, I feel like Wargame Dragon had a decent UI. Sure, it didn't have all these mechanics, but I felt that the actual unit labels and such were. I think they're just better there. Oh.
Tank ready.
Oh, right, I still have the cap because they don't have a CV in there.
Everybody.
Man, infantry combat really takes a long time here, no? Nah, yeah, it's very German.
That's your orders, Captain.
Of course,
Load smoke rounds. This is Red 2. Enemy
Wargame isn't
spotted.
particularly fast either when it's like two infantry squads versus each other at like this range. But
Yes, Captain.
it's definitely not that so. And it's a complete opposite to how it was in the first few months of the game, right? In the first few months, that CV would have died like after 3 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Right, they put a new CV in there. Get a tank CV, and let's actually get some recon in here. Not really insane to think they could get a UI artist. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone doubles as UI artist and something else. I don't know. I don't know a lot of the workers there, right? I don't really know their actual like.
Combat speed, driver.
I should not do this with tanks, by the way, right? And I know this is a bad idea. I'm doing it anyway.
Let's roll.
I don't know who's responsible for what, right?
Tank ready.
So maybe they, for some reason, thought, oh, we don't need a UI artist, and now it's gonna come back to bite them in the ass. Maybe they're like,
Five ready.
we don't really have the money for that. I don't know.
At your orders.
But if they have someone dedicated to UI, I'm not gonna be like your typical Redditor who's like, oh my god, fire them immediately. Maybe I'm like, maybe he's got like the wrong idea. I don't know. Because some of these things, right, they might make sense in a vacuum. Right, if you have a still image, or if you have a single unit, or like 3 units. How these things, oh my god, look at the sounds, it actually sounds pretty good, not gonna lie. These things might seem like completely fine, but if you play a game like this, dude, these things are, how much ECM do they have? 30%. It's not a lot, actually. Also, no unit. These laser guided bombs, are they really not doing anything? Did the unit just die to those bombs?
Need some extra firepower.
Right, I have bombers. Right, let's pay attention. What? Did you see that?
Ready to pound them, sir.
Grand Strateger? Maybe it did. But it's let's be real, right? It's not like Wargames UI was amazing. I think for I felt Wargames UI was good for someone like me who's experienced with the game, and I don't think it's just because I'm used to it, but I think it's not really good for someone who's learning the game. I think it does good at displaying a lot of information, like a lot of the information that you get, if you know where to look for the information, and I think it's easy to not miss said information. But it's probably hard to learn, I reckon. Yeah, that definitely looks bugged. That does not look intentional. Maybe laser guided bombs don't work well if you fire precision, and only work if like right click on a unit.
This is a story we'll tell your grandchildren.
Alright, I don't even have to stay here with my challenger. Goodbye. Yeah, it's just go out without challenger. Screw that.
Red 6, mount
See, that's
up.
like, I'm not a fan of not having to stay in the zone anymore. Obviously, you still have to if you counter cap if both players have a CV in there. But I think CV sniping is a good mechanic. I think if it's too strong, it is not because of the mechanic itself necessarily. Although if CVs are crazily expensive, of course, you know, that's not a good idea. But I think in Wargame, right, CV sniping, especially on some maps, is very strong, of course. But that's, in my opinion, most of the time an issue with the map and zone design. For example, it is incredibly difficult to protect like your spawners, your CV in your spawn on highway to Seoul. Right? It's so easy to flank on the map, which is not a bad thing, but you have so little cover in your spawn and your spawn is so open. Contrary to that, it is pretty easy, honestly, to protect your spawn on nuclear winter is coming from both sides, honestly, right? Because you have a lot of cover to work with, a lot of different cover, and you have there's only a few ways or few areas where enemy units really can come from, and it's pretty easy to secure those parts of the map. Plus, keep in mind, CVs in WARNO, they're really cheap. 100 points. That's like 260, you know, 250-ish, right, points in Wargame. It's really cheap. So I don't think they should have done that. But of course, I'm just one guy, right? If the majority of the player base and the majority of potential new players prefer it that way, obviously that's a no-brainer for you to do, right? You always gotta keep in mind when I'm saying things, right? It's from my point of view of, you know, a single guy. You mean 60, not 240? Oh, sorry, that's what I mean. Yes. Sorry. What I should have said is Wargames CVs would cost like 260 points here. You're right. Buffing surrounding units and actual fighting. That's true. That is intent. Yeah, I get you. But I also was Wargame to me, while I'm not saying those mechanics are bad, but what I enjoyed about Wargame, while I'm definitely someone who's like I prefer gameplay over realism, one thing I really liked about Wargame compared to other RTSs is units had their stats and that's that, right? Sure, there's morale penalties, but there's no like active abilities like, oh, for 60 seconds you suddenly have increased speed. There's no like buffs, AoE buffs, AoE debuffs, stuff like that. Outside of suppression, but that kind of makes sense in a way, right? You have all these mechanics here, which like where's like an IV squad? Or like military police, right? No, not that thing. Infantry squad like armed rifles that take less suppression in combat when near an infantry fighting vehicle, right? They're not bad mechanics. By any means, I wouldn't say that. But I liked about Wargame the lack of these things. The fact that you couldn't just magically make your 1 in 5 for 20 seconds take half damage or something along those lines. Obviously, those things still kind of make sense, right? If you are trained to operate near an IFV, probably you're gonna do better near an IFV than someone who isn't trained, right? It's not like those are necessarily unrealistic. I'm not someone to talk about realism. But those aren't really things like this. They're not deal breakers to me. Not like I don't like playing WARNO specifically because of these abilities. They're like, I'm not a fan of them, but they're also not like, you know, they're not the major deal breakers for me when it comes to why I'm not a huge fan of WARNO. Open the lobby and take a look at the new map selection screen. Oh yeah, but you still don't see. Oh god, you still don't see. Oh. Okay, honestly, that just really happened on accident. I don't know how obvious this is to others. I guess it literally says click to open the scenario list. Okay, finally. Oh, this looks really bad though. This is very obviously like. Wait, what? Why does this have like? It's just very. Oh god, I'm sorry, but this font like clearly like I don't know, photoshopped on like on. This is clearly like a JPEG or a PNG. Someone put like 2, 3, and 2 over it, and then just insert it into it, which is not the worst way to do it, but I don't know. But this is just this is yet another different font, right? There's so many different fonts in this game. Like, hold on. We can filter maps. Okay, I'll go back to it in a second. Oh god, look at this weird. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a new Black Forest. Oh, there's no. Okay, I have to do it like a different way. Hold on. I'm gonna get to the post game screen. Can I? Yeah, surrender. You have this font, and you have like this weird stuff up here. Now you have the pixel font when selecting a map. What? You can filter. Okay. Okay. I mean that's very good. That's very good. Can you like take this? Can you like? There's okay. Show filters. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's very nice. Density and size. Like size is not necessarily like having both density and size is very good. Wait, what? Ah, there you go. It's very good. Very good idea. I think it is. I don't think you should have. I mean, if you do it like this, yes, but I don't think you should have like the same map twice, once for destruction, once for conquest. You should definitely just have a toggle for like conquest or destruction. But I'm sorry about these images. Wait, what? Hold on. This looks like so weirdly. This is like. This is definitely meant as like a, those satellite images of like that you might see from like wars and stuff, right? But then you have like stuff like this is very colorful. You have this with like the fog on the mist. This is very dark. This is very. I mean, they do have like different color schemes, if you will, in game, but they just feel so. This is incredibly minor, of course. I don't really care a whole lot about this, but something just feels so weird about these images. Maybe it's just me. I definitely think though there should just be a toggle for destruction and conquest. No way. You don't need to have like 2 ways so many times because. Anyway, I'm preaching to the choir here. Anyway, that's gonna be the stream for today. Just a quick WARNO stream. Actually, pretty funny that it dropped in the middle of the stream, just before my game ended, which is cool. Don't expect another WARNO stream unless there's like suddenly army general out and about. In any case, thanks for tuning in. To keep in mind, right? Everything I say when I like it's just my opinion, okay? I'm not an authority on anything, and I'm not hating the game. All right. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one, which is gonna be a war game stream. Bye bye.